my first real day back at work after the holidays. And I don't know if anyone else feels this way. The end of the year is supposed to be like restful and magical and just full of love and joy and peace. And somehow when you work at a church, it's just chaos. Between holidays, church, family, just everything, I feel like I blinked. And now it's January. Today is basically a reset. I'm getting organized, planning this year, setting some goals, and I'm really honestly trying to start this year intentionally instead of just immediately reacting to everything. But if this year is gonna be about leveling up, here's where we gotta start. Coming back after the holidays is always weird because you're supposed to feel rested, but you're also kind of mentally fried from everything that you just came through in the last 2 months. And after taking some time off, I didn't want to just jump straight back into emails and problems and noise because honestly, I wanted a better way. Our church has grown a lot in the last year, in the last few years. And because of that, our teams have grown. My teams that I lead have grown. Probably in the last year, half of my teams doubled, if not tripled. That's crazy. And honestly, the way we did things in the past just don't work anymore. So this year, I'm trying to be really intentional about how I work because I don't want to live in a constant state of last minute and chaos. I just can't do that anymore. So the first big focus for me this year is organization. And I don't just mean cleaning my desk and having it clean for the next 5 minutes. I'm talking about the physical space here at the church. And not just physical space, digital space too, content, all the files that we keep. I don't want to go looking for something and being like, is it in here? Is it over there? Because there's so much chaos. When things aren't organized, everything feels heavier than it actually needs to be. If things were organized, I could focus more on creativity and people than constantly putting out fires. My second big focus this year is impartation. There's people on my teams who are talented, capable, creative, and it's my job to pour into them, to equip them with the knowledge that I have. It's time to pass on that knowledge. And honestly, that means training, hands-on experience, letting people try things even if they fail at first. Because that's how I started and that's how I learned. And if the ministry only works when I'm here, then I'm doing something wrong. So this year is about building people, not just projects. The third goal this year is what I'm calling planning the planning. And it's about looking at not just what's the next event or what's the next thing I have to prepare for and what do I have to do to get ready for it, but rather looking at the year as a whole. How much time do I have between these events? How can I better be prepared for these events? Because with the church growing the way it is, we can't keep working on a month-to-month basis or even a quarter-to-quarter basis. We have to look out long-term and see what's coming up, because those last minute plannings create stress, create mental clutter, rushed decisions. We don't get to do the things that we actually wanted to do because there's not time to prepare for it. And that just gives even more chaos. We're honestly past that as a church. If I can see further ahead, I can do things on a bigger level than I ever have. I can plan my time better and actually enjoy the work instead of feeling like I'm lost in the chaos.
I used to think planning meant having everything figured out, and honestly that mindset is what kept me overwhelmed for a long time. Because when you believe you have to know everything up front, you either rush or you avoid it altogether. This year I'm trying to shift that. Planning isn't about control, it's about clarity. It's about giving future me fewer decisions to make when things get busy. A lot of what I'm doing right now probably looks small: cleaning files, blocking calendar time, writing things down. But these are the things that create margin, and margin is what allows me to lead well, create well, and be present with people instead of constantly reacting. Tools help, but tools aren't the goal. ChatGPT helps me think things through, calendars help me see time honestly, planning software helps teams stay aligned, editing timelines help ideas actually get finished, but none of it works if I'm not intentional about how I use them. I don't want to live in a cycle where everything feels urgent, where every week is another scramble, where the best ideas get buried under last-minute pressure. Our church and our teams are past that stage, and if I want things to feel different, I have to build systems that support that difference. This year isn't about doing more, it's about doing better. Better preparation, better communication, better use of time, so when moments matter, I'm not stressed, I'm ready. I don't expect this to be perfect, but I do expect it to be intentional, and that's enough to move things in the right direction.
These are some of the tools I'm using to make happen this year, because good intentions don't mean much without systems. I'm using ChatGPT to honestly do the heavy lifting of planning. I tell it everything that I'm doing, and it gives me out a specific plan, a specific course of action, and can even logically put things in chronological order of how I should do them. Obviously, I'm using calendars. That's a no-brainer. I'm using the built-in Apple calendar. I really do love that, but there are a few outside calendars that I have to use, and I love that Apple just lets me pull those in and they automatically show up on my Apple calendar on every single device that I have. Of course, it goes without saying I'm using Planning Center. There's no way around Planning Center. Planning Center is a lifesaver and would be nothing without Planning Center. Today wasn't about doing everything. It was about starting right. Organization, impartation, planning ahead. So if you're trying to reset this year, just know you don't have to fix everything in one day. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.